Good morning. Welcome to Gentle Yoga. This is Leo for Kristen Olson's Urban Yoga Center. Visit us on the web at urbanyoga.org or on Facebook at Kristen Olson's Urban Yoga Center to stop by the tip jar to make those donations that sustain these online classes for Zoom and YouTube, and also to check out the schedule, which from month to month. We can start out today in a reclined posture. Any reclined posture you want is fine. I'm going to place the soles of my feet together like this and let my knees point out to the sides. If you choose this posture and you have blocks, you can place the blocks under your knees to support the weight of your legs or use other props to do so. I don't have any other props actually. I'm on a blanket. No mat, no blocks, no strap. From time to time, I'll mention props you might use if you have them, but I don't have any of these things with me. I'm coming to you from Casa Buena Onda, a wonderful Airbnb in Bacalar in the western Quintero, the state I live in, opposite end of the state from Cozumel. And I know that one of the owners practices yoga. I sent her a message asking if I could borrow a mat, and she said that her dog ate her mat. So she didn't have a mat to lend me. So here we are, proving that you don't have to have a mat to practice. So get comfortable in the reclined posture of your choice, including deciding where it's comfortable for you to rest your hands today, whether it's comfortable for you to rise or not. It's not mandatory, but it's a common thing we do starting out. And let's just focus on the breath, where we always start. Observing. And just by observing and becoming still, inviting the breath to get deeper and slower. Taking in the supportive content under you, whatever you're touching. Maybe it's a mat, a blanket, maybe there's a rug or carpet, some other kind of flooring outside the mat, where maybe your elbows or hands are resting, whatever props you're using. And extending up from the ground, taking in the breath, the feeling of your clothing on your skin. Maybe you can feel the air moving on your skin, or an air conditioner, heater running. Maybe just breeze through an oval. Whatever you see, quality of light filtering close. Whatever sound hears, or from yours. Whatever sense you may detect, if any. Situating yourself in your practicing space. If you're not paying any sense in your space, you can imagine the vanilla that's in my space and enjoy some mental that one just before starting. If you're not feeling a breeze, you can imagine the breeze of my ceiling fan and the breeze of those. And let's turn inward now. Scan your body head to toe, noting whatever sensations are there to be noticed. Always great to take in what's feeling good, what's feeling comfortable. And it's helpful to take in what doesn't feel so good so we can remember to keep it in mind during practice. Remembering also to skip or modify any part of practice. And also to remind ourselves to keep up this self-observation throughout the practice. Something that feels good or okay now might not feel so good later. Something that feels troublesome now may feel good later. We'll just each keep tabs on ourselves, each find the practice that suits us best by modifying or skipping whatever we want to. And let's transition from our stillness to our movement practice by 3 deep cleansing breaths through the nose and out through the mouth with a sighing sound. If you have the soles of your feet together and your knees sticking out, as I bring your legs and lift your knees towards each other. Let's all meet here with the soles of the feet planted, heels close to your butt, knees pointing towards the ceiling. Reach your arms out to the sides, palms facing up. Feel your shoulder blades press into the ground. We want to keep the shoulders grounded as we twist. So first cross your right ankle above your left knee. And next, just let your legs fall over to the right for a few breaths. Don't push them. Just let the weight go over to the right, probably rocking onto the inner edge of the left foot. And just see how much of that movement your hips and lower back want. And very slowly come back to center so that left foot is planted flat. Now let your legs go to the left and turn your head to the right, letting the shoulders stay grounded. Still not pushing the legs, letting the breath bring you out. Let gravity and the weight of the legs take them wherever they want to go. Take your time to bring everything back to center. Cross your legs the opposite way. And let your legs fall to the left. And softly bring them back up through center. Let them go to the right and turn your head to the left. And gently come back up to center. Now uncross your legs, hug your knees to your chest, and explore any rolling or rocking movements that feel nice for you. To just massage your back against the floor. Or you might also, if you like, explore nudging the legs around with your hands, nudging your knees around. Explore the hips if you want. And some simple limb extensions. Inhale, reach your hands and feet up towards the ceiling. Exhale, draw your elbows to the floor, leave your feet like this. So do it a few more times. Inhale, extend, reach for the ceiling. And exhale, draw those limbs down, bend elbows and knees. Just follow your own breath. And then we're going to sit up. You could either hold with your hands and rock front to back a few times, sitting up when you've had enough rocking, or you can tip onto one side, press your hands to the floor, lift yourself up that way. And if you want to sit on blocks or bolsters, pillows, folded blanket, folded towel, you can sit up on whatever you want. I'm just sitting on a blanket here. Just sit so that you're comfortable. It doesn't have to look just like this, the way I sit. Bring your arms out to the sides and rest your fingertips on the floor. Let your spine stay nice and long. Inhale, lift your left arm up alongside your ear. Exhale, reach to the right, lean into the right hand. Let your head go wherever your neck wants it to go, whatever is most comfortable. On an exhale, bring your left down to the floor, over here. No particular place, just wherever it wants to land there. And then we're going to move that arm up and down a few times. So inhale, bring it back up alongside your head. Exhale, bring the hands back to the floor. Just follow your own breath. And then let's meet here with the arm up alongside the head. Inhale to come up through center. As you exhale, bring your left hand to the ground behind you. Bring your right hand over to your left leg. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, twist some more. Work your way up from the waist, inviting your body on each exhale to go a little deeper if it feels like there's room to do so. And let's let that twist unwind. Come back here with arms extended to the sides, fingertips on the floor. Inhale, raise your right arm up alongside your ear. And as you exhale, reach to the left, lean into the left hand. Allow your head to go where your neck is comfortable. And on an exhale, hands down to the floor. Take a couple breaths. And a few breaths moving that arm up and down. Inhale, bring it back up alongside your ear. Exhale, float the hand back down to the floor. And let's make the last raising of the arm, the last one. From here with the arm alongside the head. Inhale, come up through center. As you exhale, come into the other twist. Right hand on the floor behind you. Left hand on your right leg. Inhale to lengthen up. And exhale to twist some more. Let your twist unwind, come through center. Now let your arms just hang loosely by your sides here, like behind the legs instead of on the legs. Lift the left shoulder towards your ear. Slide it back and let it down. Then the right shoulder up and back, down. Let your chin come down towards your chest. Slowly and gently, move your head in circles. Ear over towards the shoulder. Gaze up towards the ceiling. Ear to the other shoulder. Back down through center. Be conscious of your grounding. Keep both cheeks on the ground. Don't get too tippy. And if there are any tight spots, as there often are in the mornings, we can rock back and forth at those places. Pause the circling movement. There's a little more love where it's needed at those tight spots. And let's continue this in the other direction. When you finish the next circle, raise your chin to face forward. Inhale, reach your arms straight out to the sides, parallel to the ground. As you exhale, you can reach for your shoulder blades and hug yourself. Or if it's in your practice, you can take eagle arms, intertwining your arms and your hands to whatever degree you can. If you take eagle, then reach up and forward with those elbows and hands. Moving them a little away from your chest and your face. And whether you're doing the eagle arms or the hug, you're opening the back of the heart space, that space between the shoulder blades, with some nice deep breaths. And exhaling and drawing the elbows down, bow forward, like hinge at the hips. Just to whatever degree feels okay. You can let your neck disengage. And just take a couple breaths, kind of fold it up here. And slowly bring yourself upright. Take an exhale there. Inhale to open your arms. And exhale to cross them the opposite way. Going for another hug or the opposite eagle. If in eagle, reach forward and up. And then exhaling, drawing the elbows down, tipping the torso, hinging at the hips, allowing the neck to relax. Inhale, rise, bring your torso upright. Exhale. Inhale, spread your wings. Exhale, let your arms down. Inhale, out and up overhead. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, out and up overhead. Interlace your fingers. Turn your palms up. Reach your palms up. Look up towards your hands. Lift up your heart. Inhale to bring your head upright. Exhale, let your arms out and down. Reach your hands behind you and interlace them. Interlace your fingers. Now let go and interlace them the other way around. Everybody's got, whether you know not, an intuitive, automatic way you interlace your fingers, and then the other one that's less automatic, maybe less comfortable. So we're going for that second one. Inhale, lift your chin, lift your heart, reach your nose towards the floor. Exhale, hinge at the hips, out forward. We'll do so. Keep reaching your hands away from your back. And if it's not comfortable to do so, it's okay to just let your hands rest on your lower back. Ensure your neck's relaxed, your head's just hanging out. Big inhale, reach the knuckles towards the floor, lift the torso, lift the heart, lift the gaze. Exhale, release the hands, relax the neck. Maybe shake those arms and shoulders. Maybe shake your head. Shake anything you want. Maybe a couple of shrugs. I just want a couple of shrugs. That bind and fold can be a little intense. Rest your hands on your knees or thighs. Some simple seated cow and cat breaths. Inhale to bring your heart forward, let your head go back. Exhale, draw your heart back and let your head come forward. And just continue at your own pace. As you continue with a few more breaths of that, I'm making a technology adjustment, which you can just ignore. And let's expand this cow-cat movement to circular movement. As you inhale and come forward, go towards one side. Exhale and go back, go towards the other side. It doesn't matter which direction, because after a few breaths, we're going to change direction and go the other way. We try to lead with the heart, try to keep both those cheeks on the floor, not get too tippy. Leading with the heart also helps keep the head from flopping around too much and possibly tweaking the neck. So there's a little engagement going on there in the neck by leading with the heart. After the next exhale, change direction. See there, I just almost tipped over backwards. That's why all these cues about staying anchored, even I need them. We all need them. Sometimes we enjoy a movement so much that we unbalance, overbalance, lose balance, however you want to put it. Been shuffling a lot between English and Spanish and other languages here with our French hosts and some German guests coming and going, and people I pass on the street, I don't even know what they're speaking. A lot of words bouncing around the old skull these days. After your next exhale, sit up. Let's just take a simpler forward fold by resting your hands on the floor in front of you and walking them forward as far as you like, whatever's comfortable. Let your neck release. Breathe into your back, or think of sending your breath into any place that you feel tension or resistance, any other kind of discomfort that's showing up. Maybe imagine exhaling whatever that negative is. In with the good and out with the bad. Release what does not serve you. Walk your hands over to the left. And if you want, you can even place the right hand on top of the left. Slowly walk your hands back through center line, over to the right. And if you want, bring the left hand on top of the right hand. Walk your hands back to the center and then slowly back in toward your legs. Lift your torso. And let's give some attention to the lower body here. We've done a lot for the upper body in the midsection. Lift the leg. I'm just taking the one that's in front. It doesn't matter which one you do first. You're gonna let the arms and the hands do the work here. So with the hand on the same side, support the weight of the leg by the shin, ankle, or calf. With the opposite hand, you can interlace your fingers between your toes. If that doesn't work for you, you can wrap your hands over the top, wrap your hand over the top of your toes like that. Maybe your hands are just too big to get between your toes, or maybe your feet are chilly and you have socks on. Allowing the leg and foot to remain passive. Slowly move your foot in circles. Explore that ankle, checking out how much room there is to move. And in exploring, maybe increasing how much room there is to move. Maybe releasing some of that tension that settles into the body, maybe getting some of those, what somebody cleverly named joint crispies, snap, crackle, pops. Now let's change direction. Let's reach the toes. Now use both arms and both hands to support the weight of that full leg. Whatever grip works for you, this is the grip that works for me. But you don't have to use this grip. Your arms and legs are probably not the same exact length as my arms and legs. But feel the weight of the leg as an inert weight supported by the arms. I'm going to explore the biggest joint now, the hip socket. Rock the leg in circles, picturing that ball and socket joints, the head of the femur in the hip. So here too, maybe the movement grows a little bigger as we explore. Things loosen up. And let's change direction. Let's let that leg down. Lift the other one. Remember, feel for passiveness, like a dead weight, the leg of the foot. With the opposite hand, the toes in whatever way works for you. Start those gentle, slow circles for your ankle. And let's change direction. Let's release the toes. Support the weight of the whole leg. And if you use an interlace here, as I do, maybe do the opposite one that you did before. Start those circles for the hip. Now, one reason to alternate the interlacing pattern is bodily, changing things up for the sake of those appendages and joints. But the other is mental, for what we call neuroplasticity, keeping the mind flexible and agile. So doing things in a less automatic, less accustomed way is good for our brains. Change direction. You can also do little things to increase neuroplasticity by, say, alternating which side of your mouth you start to brush your teeth on each time, which side of your face you shave first from one day to the next, or which leg you start with, whatever you shave. Starting on one side one day and on the other side the next time. Lots of things. Could be the combing or brushing of your hair, which arm you wear your watch on, which shoe you tie or untie first. Exercise that brain. Let's let that leg down. Rearranging my legs, getting comfortable again in my seat. And let's do some stretching for the hands. So hold your left hand in front of you with your palm facing up. We're going to spend one breath for each finger to stretch the hands, palm, hands, fingers, and wrists. So take hold of your left pinky with your inhale, gently draw it out, draw it forward. Exhale, gently draw it down. So you can see the opening palm and the wrist and bending the finger, just to whatever degree feels okay for you. Maybe yours doesn't go as far as mine, and that's okay. Next finger, inhale, draw it out. Exhale, draw it down. Maybe you go further than I do. Doesn't matter. Middle finger, inhale, and exhale. And it doesn't matter if your breaths are shorter and you're getting ahead of me. After you get to your left thumb, you're going to switch hands and start with your right pinky. When you practice on your own, of course, you could spend more than one breath per digit in this stretch. Maybe one feels particularly tight, so you spend an extra breath. Inhale, draw it out. Exhale, and draw it down. This feels so good. I do stuff like this sometimes, like standing in line at the supermarket, or if I'm the passenger on a long car ride. Took us a few hours to get here yesterday. I was in the back seat doing various stretches from time to time, undoing what happens to the body when we sit for extended periods. And maybe after you get them all done, have a shake. I have a friend in Boston that calls this starfish dance party. Shake your hands around. I just love the name. It's so cute. Thank you, Liza, for starfish dance party. I need a sip of my water. Amazing how warm we could get. I haven't even stood up. I need to keep an eye on the time. My watch is out of commission because I forgot to bring the charger on vacation with me. Let's extend the leg forward. Let's see, I should try to get my whole legs on camera. Okay. Extend the legs forward. Use your arms to nudge your legs apart. Keep using your arms to help your legs. Bend the left leg and bring the foot over to the right leg. So it's like tree pose. Your foot could be at your thigh. Here it's okay to put it on your knee. It's not okay to put your foot on your knee in tree, but we're not really putting pressure on that leg. So first, inhale, reach both arms up, and exhale, fold down over the extended leg. And it doesn't matter where your hands land. Mine landed on my toes. Your hands can be on your ankle, your shin, your knee, the floor, whatever, doesn't matter. Let's play with a little bending and flexing here. As you inhale, bend that knee a bit, bend that right knee a bit, raising it away from the floor. And as you exhale, pressing it down towards the floor without strain, not trying to flatten it if it doesn't want to go flat. But just do that for a few more breaths. Inhale, bend the knee. And exhale, lengthen that leg. Okay, now we're going to undo some compression in the lower back that happens from sitting. Harkening back again to my car ride. What rides out there the way in which we spend time sitting? Sometimes it's working on our computer, watching TV, whatever it might be. Reach your left arm out to the side, way out to the side, and then reach it up alongside your ear. So your left hand is coming overhead towards your right hand. And the key word is towards. It doesn't matter how close those hands get. I'm not even going to wrench my neck. And being in this position, I'm releasing tension in my lower back that has accumulated from sitting. Inhale, slowly reach up, back out to the left again, and take your time to just sweep that arm across so your left hand comes back over to your right hand. Then walk your hands up your leg, use your arms to lift your torso. Then use your arms to arrange your legs the opposite way. Extend the left, bend the right, and bring the foot in contact with the left leg. Pivot your torso, aim your sternum at your left foot, and flex your left foot back towards you. I think I omitted those two cues on the previous side. That happens sometimes. We forget things. Inhale, reach up.
Exhale, fold down. I bet by muscle memory, you remembered to do it even when I didn't say it, because we've done this sequence a bunch of times before. Nobody new here in class today, at least the live Zoom participants. Apologies to anyone on YouTube who hasn't done this sequence before. Skipped a couple of cues for you the first time. You can pause and go back and do the other side again if you want. And a few times here, let's inhale, bend the knee a bit, and exhale, lengthen the leg. Doesn't have to be a lot of movement, whatever degree of raising feels good, whatever degree of lowering and lengthening feels good. Okay, and enough of that. Let's now slowly reach the right arm way out to the right. And then just as slowly up alongside the head, right arm overhead towards left arm. Let your head be wherever your neck is comfortable. Missed that cue on the first side as well. Nice and slowly inhale, raise the arm, extend it to the right, and slowly swing it over to the left. Inhaling, walk your hands up your leg and sit yourself up. Use the arms to help extend the right leg and then nudge the legs back towards each other. And I got to reorient myself. You don't have to do that. Draw your knees up, plant your feet, come down onto your back. Set up for bridge pose. With your heels in close to your butt, feet hip width apart. If you have blocks, you can put a block between your knees on the middle position. That's also about hip width. And we're hoping to keep each ankle, knee, and hip lined up for a smooth, safe, stable movement. Press into your feet. Inhale, raise your hips. If you want a deeper heart opener, you can clasp your hands under you, reach your knuckles towards your heels, wriggle your shoulder blades towards each other. Make sure your neck's relaxed. Sometimes we scrunch our neck up here, and it doesn't help. If you're taking the bind with your hands, release your hands. Exhale, slowly lower your hips. And just going at your own pace, explore bridge some more. Inhale to lift and exhale to lower. Pause where you want. Make it as challenging or gentle as you want. Extra breaths can be taken at the bottom of the movement or at the top. or both. You can repeat that bind if you want. There are days when my back's acting up and my bridge modification is to just spend a lot of breaths with my back on the ground while you're going up and down. Today I'm having a good back day. The floating up and down feels nice. And let's make the next time you exhale and lower down be our last repetition for bridge. Hug your knees to your chest. Rock and roll. Massage your back against the ground. I was taught to always include supine twists in the cooling down final portion of practice. We'll make today's the simplest one with the knees parallel. Now the intensity of your twist is up to you. The closer you draw your knees in towards your torso, the deeper the twist will feel. So you decide how that'll be for yourself. Reach your arms out to the sides with your palms up like we do generally in any of these supine twists. Let your legs go to the right, turn your head to the left, and see if your shoulders can remain grounded as your breath brings you out. Nice and slowly, start to bring everything up through center, and then just keep going. Let the movement carry you into that opposite twist.
Slowly come back up to center. Point your feet at the ceiling. Reach your hands up and take hold of your legs or your feet in any way you like. Play with bending and straightening your arms and legs. Or exploring whatever movement. Whenever you feel complete, you can make your way to your final resting pose, which might be the traditional corpse pose, Shavasana, but it does not have to be. Any posture where you can be comfortably still for a couple minutes is just fine. Here we are not just resting, not that there's anything wrong with resting, but we are integrating the benefits of the practice we just did, absorbing what our body has just been through.
Start to give yourself some deeper breaths. And move around bit by bit. Please take your time. Just letting your movements get bigger and bigger. Moving nice and mindfully. When you're ready, gently sit up. And bring your hands to your heart. Thank you for sharing your practice today. The light within me sees and honors that same light within you. Namaste.